comment regarding Stephen?
I wish him love and anyone else who is in that situation that miscalculates or is miscalculated. They need more love. That's all anyone needs in this world. More love, period.
Do you think he's guilty?
Who's to say who's guilty? I'm not a judge and nor are you. Nobody's a judge of anybody else. But
As a friend of his, I mean, do you believe the allegations against him right now?
I haven't heard the allegations. All I do know this, is that everybody in this world is living under artificial circumstances, and everyone's gone nuts. From our education system, our monetary system, our political system, our sexual identification patterns, all of it. Everyone's gone nuts. No one can live under these circumstances. It's time we all wake up.
All right. And can I get your name for the record, if that's all right? Just if you're a friend of his?
My name is Jim.
Jim, okay. And how long have you known Mr. Colllins?
For a long time.
All right.
And I send him love. I send whoever was a victim idea love, whoever is watching this love, anybody, because that's all anyone needs. That's all we need to repair from this. Otherwise, we get punished and we punish ourselves, and it keeps repeating over and over and over again. It's time we end that cycle. That's all. Much love to you all.
Well, the allegations are that he molested several young children, 11, 12 years old, and there's a tape, apparently an alleged tape of him confessing.
Right.
Right? I mean, does this surprise you as somebody who's known him for such a long time?
It's always surprising when anybody leaves their heart and moves into their head and does something that I wouldn't do, or maybe most people wouldn't do. I don't know what other people do. I can't imagine it. And so I can't imagine what would precipitate anybody to do that. We don't live in anyone else's head. We didn't experience anyone else's childhood. We don't know the madness in anyone else's mind. And the best thing we can do for each other is to sit with each other in stillness and just be with each other. Instead of running and be afraid and you did this and you did that, sit with each other, be with each other, have a different experience of one another instead of being afraid. Otherwise, there's always going to be a bad guy, and we're always going to run from the bad guy and create a bad guy. And what you're doing is a service,
When's the last time you seen Mr. Colllins or spoke to him?
Oh, it's probably been about maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
And were you delivering something to him? Bringing something to him? We see.
You want to see
you're an artist?
Spirits? There's spirits. There, you can pass spirits under the world. There we go. This actually is a gift for Faye.
Perfect.
Yes.
Have you seen her spoke to her in a while?
Not recently, a couple months.
Couple months?
Yes.
How did you guys first meet?
We've known each other for decades. So
right.
the story of how the story of how we met is no different from the story of how we're all here standing in the street, right? With a message or messages that may go out to 1 or a million, or who knows, whoever needs to get the message is going to receive the message. So how do we get here? We're all in the same story.
If you could give him a message, you've known him for decades, if you could give him a message, what message would that be? If he were listening to you right now, what would you say to him?
I would send him my love, and I would tell him to come from his heart and assist the world to get out of the mess of this kind of mind. Assist the world, because he's smart enough to do it. Assist the world now, so that we stop replicating these patterns. It's simply time to change the patterns. We're in a new time now.
Gotcha.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.